I believe one person is in charge of different parts of this process. The governor is still the governor of Puerto Rico. We're continuing to work with them, be in constant contact, and we have one person in charge of the federal component of that, and that would be the one-star general on the ground working with state officials.
All right, so help isn't only on the way for Puerto Rico, it's already there, and more is coming. With us now, Puerto Rico Governor Ricardo Rossello, who joins us from San Juan on the phone. Governor, good to have you. How you doing?
I'm doing as well as I can, Neil. Hopeful that we can plow through, and with this united front, a big team that we have with the local government and the federal government, get out of the emergency and start rebuilding Puerto Rico.
So, Governor, we're getting different reports from different folks. You're right there. Has the American response been satisfactory to you?
Yes, it has, Neil. And I want to clarify these 2 points that sometimes seem contradictory. Number one, we do need more aid, but the president and the administration has done everything that they can, that we've asked them to do, and we've gotten those results. The fact of the matter is that Puerto Rico is an island, and a lot of the things need to be flown in or brought in boats, and that takes some time. The air traffic control is a little bit congested, and we have assets on the ground. We have food, we have water. We've distributed them with FEMA. We've opened 11 regional centers that distribute food, water, over 2 million liters of water, over 1 million portions of food that have been delivered so that people can have access to those. Fuel is beginning to pick up, although it has been our biggest challenge to be able to complete the logistic pathway to distribute fuel. So the reality is that the administration and the president, every time that we've spoken, I've had an ask, they've delivered. So much so that this morning, late last night, I asked for a waiver on the Jones Act, and right this morning, the president accepted that waiver.
In the meantime, the president is planning to come to Puerto Rico, I believe, next Tuesday, Governor. Are you okay with that? Even Press Secretary Sanders had indicated that if he felt or they felt that his presence was in the way or too disruptive, they could push it back. But what are your thoughts on that?
I think it's great for the morale, for the people of Puerto Rico, and quite frankly, for the whole of the federal government that's here. We're working as one team in one EOC center. So to have the president over here will stress the importance of this mission. And although everybody's already working as hard as they can, certainly seeing and having the president over here for the people of Puerto Rico is great, because it shows the president's commitment and, the commitment of the United States to Puerto Rico. And for every federal employee and every government employee, it's another boost knowing that the chief executive is over here in the island overseeing the response.
Now, Governor, I don't know whether this reached your level, so I apologize if I'm getting in the financial weeds, but a group that controls a couple of $1 billion worth in loans, debt to your country, I should say debt to your country. They want to transfer that into a loan, charges 6%, and that could be used as hurricane relief. How do you feel about that?
Well, listen, right now we've had a clear ask for Congress because the paradigm that we had in Puerto Rico prior to the storm was very different. We were in fiscal turmoil. We started implementing a very aggressive fiscal plan. I personally slashed $1.4 billion of our budget, and we started implementing economic growth initiatives. But the reality, Neil, is that the game has changed after this terrible catastrophe. And now we're going to need different resources so that we can rebuild and actually stabilize government. So what we've asked Congress, and I'm sure they will, and I'm confident that they will deliver. I've heard the solidarity and the response from bipartisan effort, is that we need to have whatever the amount of disbursement that is given to Puerto Rico needs to be consistent with the damage. Number two, it needs to be flexible, at least in the onset, so that we can attend to the fiscal reality of Puerto Rico.
So this is something that would be congressional aid, governmental aid, but this deal that's being offered now from some bondholders, it doesn't sound like you're jumping at that or see any reason to.
No, because I think part of the deal in Congress needs to include some lines of credit from the Fed and from the Treasury, so that Puerto Rico can access those lines of credit.
Do you think these bondholders are taking advantage of your crisis?
Well, I haven't really considered that, Neil, at this juncture, but I don't think it's the pathway to go. I think we need to work right now with the federal government.
That's
we need
fine.
to focus
So your
on the
message to
emergency.
them is thanks, but no thanks.
At this juncture, that's correct.
All right. Governor, thank you very, very much. I know you're dealing with a great deal. Be well, be strong. I'm sure your people will get through this.